Reciprocity. As in an exchange, give and take of goods that benefit each other mutually. And in context of that word, I normally hear it in the context of like business corporations or companies. But I guess we can use it like down the line with everything. A keen example of that is the elites, the executive or legislators, reciprocating infrastructure, policy, services, the policing agencies and whatnot, law and order essentially, for a tax, for your taxes. Is it, and for the most part, depending on your county, your state, the size, the budget, that usually deems how significant these institutions are as far as infrastructure and the size of your medical facilities and whatnot, how laws are, policed upon the people. Is it always reciprocated fairly though? Because if you're giving whatever you're giving and not getting an equal fair benefit, then this is not reciprocity. You're not reciprocating. You're taking advantage of it. How clandestine or how transparent is the information of exactly how our tax dollar is spent? Where exactly does it go? I really need to get with my partner because I'm pretty sure he'll have a deeper, I should be more knowledgeable on this. I done fell off on a lot of the political procedures as of late due to my own like mental whatever issues, but neither here or there. But is there a transparency in how the tax dollar is distributed? Quarter-wise, bi-quarterly, whatever. Do we really know? Your taxes, you will hear people say, politicians say, your tax dollars, they go towards paying the firemen, paying blah, blah, blah. Okay, that sounds good, but if there's X amount of million of us in this state, and at any given time, whatever state, why are so many policemen saying that they're underpaid? Firemen, underpaid? I don't know. Are we reciprocating equally down the line in regards of that word, reciprocity? Even in our personal lives. I hear a lot of people, and through my life, personal life, homies, a friend, my own household of, you hear people, because I'm at work, I got to be professional. I'm looking for professionalism. So you understand, to reciprocate for that paycheck, that is the benefit, reciprocation. You provide shift of work and get paid for such. But most of you motherfuckers don't even reciprocate domesticism in your home, amongst your peers. That boss, not necessarily as a white man, but that boss tell you to do this, whatever, you straight to it because that is your income. Your better half, your significant other, whatever it may be, because not everybody's under the union of marriage. Your children, your whatever, say, do X, Y, Z, or I need X, Y, Z. There's no domestic-ism with the professional-ism that you show in the place of work. So there's no real reciprocity there either. But I'm pretty sure plenty of us complain about the other when a whole lot of us aren't practicing true domestic isms. The healthy domestic ism. Because if the employer could say, get up and go do this right now, and you hop to, yep, get to it right now. But the man say go wash your feet, shouldn't even have to tell you. Or the woman say go take the trash out, you like, I'm gonna get to it in a minute. We're not reciprocating what needs to be reciprocated in a personal setting as efficiently as we will in a professional setting. Is that because money is the rule of all things? Because I tell you what, I do believe in the bigger cities, if you're in a bigger city, a bigger county, and a lot of traffic, even if it's like a tourist type of place, your infrastructure, your services for your taxes are probably more prevalent in a small, more prevalent than it would be in a smaller county. Understandable, I get that. But that infrastructure starts breaking down. We got potholes. We need more roads service. We need whatever it may be. You're going to have to pay those taxes annually on time or quarterly, however you do it. You get to hollering at your state about, man, the infrastructure breaking down. Y'all need to get to it. We pay taxes. I'm pretty sure the state response will be on the shut the fuck up or come up missing side of the game. Or we have to budget, or we have to gather the money, or whatever it is. Like, why if taxes are paid? So healthy respect and consideration and true civility is not reciprocated within the haves and the have-nots on the, legislator, executive, leader, and constituent, the worker. And between those two levels, no. The have and the have-not. I'm not talking about people who are entertainers or athletes or just inventors that became wealthy because of their invention. I'm not talking about that. Because reciprocity rests there with, I like your product, I'm going to go buy it. I'm going to provide you with a product. If I'm an athlete or entertainer, actor, singer, whatever it may be, I'm going to provide you with a show or a product for you to optically enjoy or sonically enjoy or something of that nature, which provides a moment of escapism from the day-to-day rigmarole of your whatever you got to do to substantiate yourself and your household. And if you enjoy this, then you're going to pay for that service. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do my level best to play a top-notch game. Do my level best to give you an album worth listening to over and over. And whatever my respective genre might be. Give you a movie that you'll be like, that was visually stunning, or emotional experience, or a thrill ride, whatever it is, I enjoyed it. That's different. I like that shirt. This person's the creator of this article of clothing or those shoes, whatever it is. I'm gonna go purchase it. That's reciprocity. It's a mutual exchange. Okay, that's beneficial to each other. That's what it is. Not so much within the relationship of those on the Capitol Hill side of things and those who are functioning as that's not a consumer thing. That's a commoner. That's the constituency. I'm just saying. And we don't even really live it amongst each other in our own day-to-day lives. Because like the example I spoke previous. Come home, man, for those who have the family setting at or with the diadem and everything, the whole complete family setting. Come home and you're the breadwinner, and who can we have this takeout or whatever? I want this. You're gonna go to whoever the provider is, and you want something. But you didn't even clean up. Or you didn't run to the door and make that motherfucker feel like, I missed you while you were gone. The average person, easily here in America, spends more time outside of their house, even children, because children go to school, than they do at home. The average, not the one-off, the average. So you're not even practicing domestic isms in your personal life. You're garnered to practice professionalism in your workplace because that's where that money comes from. There is definitely no reciprocity between us human beings and our own planet, because we know we destroy this motherfucker every day in the name of monetarily financial gain. Industry is financial gain, monetary gain. But we want this motherfucker to bear fruits. Plan to get sick. I can't reciprocate a healthy good for you because you're not giving me anything. I believe if the planet had a voice, that's what it would say to us. I'm working on the next disaster, viral, bacterial, natural, man-made, whatever, to get some more of you motherfuckers up out of here, because we're not operating within the confines of reciprocity. We're not. Not with our home, our planet. Not between the legislators and those of us who are taxpayers on the bottom scale of things. Because even though we have infrastructure and services, our policing agency, the people who are supposed to work for us because our tax dollar pay them, can abuse and violate us and get off with it at any time. Just everybody got cell phones now, so everybody records everything. But even with that, hell, Rodney King was on camera. There wasn't no cell phones and no shit like that back then, but Rodney King was on camera. And they still said, yeah, we ain't gonna be able to do it. So, we got our own politicians. Like, it's directly in your face. It's directly in your face. We got politicians arguing that the diverse equity inclusion is the biggest problem. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say or attempt to articulate where DEI or diverse equity inclusion applies across the board, but I do understand the bare essence of what that is. I understand the need for some structure to be inclusive on all equities and all aspects of financial gain, real estate, for everybody, Yeah, okay, maybe, especially the people, or not even maybe, especially those who have been marginalized throughout history. Not just, ethnicity-wise or nationality, sex bias, the women, all that. So I understand the basis of what this is, at least. But when I sit back and hear him, so you're saying that pretty much what you're saying, Mr. or Mrs. Politician, is our economy and our way of life is failing because we're sharing the wealth too much with the diverse. That's what they're saying. The whole critical race theory debacle was, well, we don't want people who descend from the people who practice these horrible atrocities, the original sin, as they call it. That's one of the original sins, not the original sin, but okay. The original sin of America. We don't want them to feel bad or constantly have to be reminded of it, but you want everybody to remember 9/11. Right in our face. Is it not a fact that whoever it will be, FDA, whatever you would call it, allows GMOs and hormones? I mean, they're getting better at some of that stuff now, I guess, but any one of these foods that is not good for you, you can afford that in a low-income house. Walk your ass up in Sprouts, you ain't gonna be able to do it. You ain't gonna be able to do it. How long has selling bottled water been a thing? I don't know. I want to research that, because you're marketing, just like like that film Killing Me Softly. The actor said, "This is not a fucking country. This is a business. Now give me my motherfucking money." That's a bar. You're right. You're right. You're marketing water, something that we can just purify, quit fucking up the planet, and let people have. Pay your water bill, my nigga. On Arrowhead, on Diasti, on Nestle, on Fuji. What's the difference? On this one, this spring water comes from the springs of the richest of the Indian. Get your, how to prove it? Prove it. What are you reciprocating? That's not even a real product. That's a natural, universal, God-given to our species. Well, it wasn't original, but I know when I was younger, Big Plex could attest to this, then Express in Peace, the original brothers would laugh like, dude, you have that bottle of water. What, you want $4 for a bottle of water? What's next? Y'all gonna start selling us for air? I'm pretty sure plenty of people have said that before, and you think about it like, damn, I don't know. I can hear some shadowy figure that truly runs the nation, not the figurehead or the front man or woman, rubbing their hands together. I can hear them on the wicked Birdman side of the game, laughing. Sell air. Make these motherfuckers pay for the ability to breathe. Then make them pay for the ability to think. There is no reciprocating between the haves and have-nots on the political and social stage. There is no reciprocity as far as a mutual exchange to where we both benefit. It's easy to see the reciprocation in business. Not so much as far as the people and those who are in leading in government. Not so much. Not so much. That's why I did two, part 1 and part 2 Word for the Days on relationship. I hang out with co-workers and partners, men and women. We barbecue, we cook, we kick it. But sometimes we're not at work and we have these talks. Most of those talks, I notice, it's a subject that always annoys me, but I notice that most of the conversations spawn from the war of the sexes, men and women. And the sisters have this aspect, the brothers have this aspect. And I got it. So I did 2 Word for the Days on it because I just was annoyed. Like, this is my overall, I tried to cover everything. This is my overall opinion on it. Shut the fuck up and be in a relationship or don't. Or stop dealing with each other. I really think our brothers need to reciprocate a little bit more empathy towards the sisters and a little bit more accountability on what the patriarch has done to the psyche of women. We had them practicing as, not me, but whatever. We men, the patriarch has had women living and functioning as a second-class citizen. Can't get a car off the lot without the co-sign of a man. Can't have your own bank account. Can't vote. Can't yada, yada, yada. Historically, yes, it's the thing. When the suffrage movement, the women's movement, pushed that forward to where they could enjoy some of these things, well, what did we already have that was adjacent to that culture, which is the chauvinistic culture? Not knocking it. I have chauvinistic perspectives too. This ain't no pro-fam tangent. I'm just being real. What do we also have adjacent with that culture, though? Also handle them delicately. Also open the door for them. Also put your jacket on the puddle so they don't get their feet wet. Also be understanding when they may be acting like a wild fucking banshee and deserving of a foot whooping. Don't do it. They did have laws way, way, way back in the day where motherfuckers could take a bill to his wife like she was the child. So a lot of the inability to hold some of these biases and double standards, hold themselves accountable on the woman's side of it, comes from directly from the patriarch. Because now, yeah, you do got motherfuckers saying, I'm sick of being treated a certain way as a female, but also I want equality as a female, but I also still want my special treatment. All we can say as men to be like, nah, bitch, I ain't doing that. You can't be mad at them feeling that way. We provided the avenue, the threshold, the platform for them, a lot of them who do feel that way, to feel that way. Of course, there's still very traditional females that are like, I want to be a woman and fuck that, I want the man to leave. You gotta go find one of them down. Them motherfuckers is as stink as the bald eagle or any other instinct animal you can find. We don't reciprocate. We don't practice in reciprocity like what it defines that we should. It's supposed to be a mutual exchange of a good thing to both our benefit. Not, I'm going to give you a little bit of this, and then you give me that, and then eventually, not only is my part of the give going to start waning, but I'm also going to control what I'm giving in return for what you're giving the way I see fit. Doesn't matter if it's to the detriment of you, but you keep giving what you're supposed to give to the behest of me. It's not real reciprocity. It's not. It's just not. I will operate under reciprocity at my job, which is where I exchange my service on a shift for them to pay me whatever agreed upon wage. But I will not, which is professionalism, it's professional, but I will not practice domesticism in my own home, where I am giving my role as a participant in this family structure or just this friendship or whatever in my personal life, and I'm supposed to be receiving adequate, maybe not equal in the role played, but an equal part is supposed to be given back to me. It's an exchange. Politicians saying that the diverse, equity, inclusion is a problem, is one of the key problems in America, is nothing more than some wealthy politicians saying we're sharing too much of the wealth with the diverse. The word is, well, the saying is diverse, equity, inclusion. So you're saying we're including too much of these niggas. You just might as well go and say it. Not just blacks, we're including too much of these undesirables. Whatever the agendas, undesirable at the moment may be. Whatever it may be. I'm just saying. So, are you saying, Mr. and Mrs. Politician, that the answer is to put a further lockdown on resources, wealth, equities for the 1% and the non-diverse? Will we truly always watch the European American or the American European operate under the mindset of Billy the Butcher and claim native over all else here when you're not any more native than anyone else? Is it going to be pitchfork time pretty soon? I don't know. Will the family decline soon? Will we switch from our fallacy of democratic operations, as we call it, with very little evidence of it, and go over to where we just fully say what we're really doing here? Everything, your house, everything is for the state. And just do it like that? Like the Spartans of old? There is no democracy. You give birth for the state. You work out to serve in the military and to serve the state. Everything you do is for the state. What's your skill? Okay, we got a place and you're gonna fit into the machine to service the state. Ain't no voting, none of that. None of that. Do it, or your ass gonna come up missing on the I just saw you yesterday side of things. BUB-IT the Oddcast say peace. BUB-IT the Oddcast word for the day is reciprocity. The very fine tuning in the definition is to exchange goods for a mutual benefit. Almost on every level in our country, we're not practicing this. It may start out a way, professional level, personal level, doesn't matter. It may start out as we're mutually exchanging with each other for a benefit to each other. Sounds great historically. Listen, don't pay taxes way over there. Pay taxes here, and we can establish our own And the benefit, the mutual benefit, is that we will be our own, and we will get away from the tyranny of that king. But unbeknownst to those of you who are not of high standing and class, a high class amongst our original colonies, there will be an operating form of kingship. So the veil over your eyes is that we're breaking away from tyranny. Unbeknownst to you, we're rewriting and restructuring the operation of tyranny, just putting different names on it. That level of manipulation is going to trickle down from the highest orders and the heads of state down to the constituency, all the way down into how the commoner functions with their own family. Where reciprocity is now no more than just something we can say. That's it. It's just a fucking word. Because we're not reciprocating anything of mutual value and benefit to each other. We start out that way and then we fall off on every level of our society. BUB-IT the Oddcast, say peace. BUB-IT the Oddcast, word for the day is reciprocity. And it is some more of it on the some more of it side of the game. Lexus always tells me about the music. I am looking into the YouTube studio thing to find what's the free use. But word for the day, this segment of the BUB-IT the Oddcast podcasting platform on YouTube has always been music in the beginning, music in the back. I'm going to work on it. We're going to see. But until then, I'll take my dings. We're not trying to monetize this particular channel anyway. This portion of the channel, rather, not yet. So I'll deal with that. We'll keep the format going because that's what it is until I figure the rest of this shit out. But BUB-IT the Oddcast does say peace. And anybody who is subscribed, out of the very few that are, and the very few that like, thank you.